Hey everyone, Katie here from Simply Earth, and I'm excited to be with you in this live video. I'm going to be making some DIY candle recipes with essential oils. So this is going to be a lot of fun. This is my first time doing this on YouTube, and I think it's going to work really well and be really nice. So we'll wait a couple moments, see if people can join us. And if you're watching, say hi and let me know where you are watching from. Oh. Might have just had a little glitch there. Hi, I'm Katie from Simply Earth. If we haven't met, I am a co-founder of Simply Earth, and I love teaching people how to make natural products using natural ingredients with Simply Earth recipe box. And in today's video, we are going to be making some DIY essential oil candles. It's going to be a lot of fun. I love making candles with essential oils. And so if you have any questions, feel free to comment them in the chat. This is my first time doing this on YouTube, and I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to work really well. So if you're watching, say hi and let me know where you're watching from. We are located in Wisconsin. It is a beautiful sunny day. We've been having like 60s to 70s in weather, which is like my favorite. I do love, those good hot summer days by the Lake Michigan and all that. But I love this kind of weather for biking and playing outside. So it's really fun. Looking forward to that. In a moment, we will go through this beautiful box and start making some candles. I just want to see if we are looking good on Facebook. Cool. All right. So a couple things I want to mention. I'm going to back you guys up so you can see me a little bit more and see my little table front here. Is that we have a new DIY candle making kit where you can make 2 candles that we've titled Feels Like Home. And that's available on our website. So if you've really enjoyed making candles or are interested in candle making, you can make 2 soy wax candles with this kit. I've actually got it right here. And with this kit, you get everything you need. You get 2 essential oils, 2 jars, a cool stir stick to stir your wax, our DIY candle making kit, which has like wax and wicks in it, a recipe card, and then 2 labels. So you end up making 2 candles that look like this and smell really good. Hi, Terry in New York. So glad you could join. Hi, Mary in Montana. Oh, and you like that I'm doing this on YouTube. That's awesome. Good to know. Hello, Duncan. Welcome, or Tisha. So glad you could join. It's going to be a great day. Okay, the other thing I want to share is that we have another new kit coming out September 1. And right now you can join our VIP group and get a $5 discount when you order. And we are going to be making essential oil perfume. I'm really excited about it. They all smell really good. So I've got the finished perfumes that you can make here. So we'll give you a recipe for 3. We'll give you recipes for 3 different perfumes, but you can use the knowledge that you learn with this kit to make really any perfume that you'd like using essential oils and our perfumer's alcohol that is coming out in September. So this kit launches September 1. You get 3 pretty bottles like this. This is a gold cap and smells so good. So there's one with our lava blend, one with our vanilla woods blend, and one where we combine the 2. And the one where we combine the 2 is actually my favorite. And I love it. It's really light or I mean, it's strong enough that like people near you will be like, "Oh, you smell good," but it's not like overwhelming. Like if I'm in a store and there's perfumes, those smells are strong and overwhelming for me. Essential oil perfume is not, and it's very light. Sometimes when you like spray yourself with a synthetic perfume from a store, I feel like I need to shower to get it off. Don't feel that way because it feels light while it still smells good and smells strong enough to really be a perfume. So check out that VIP group. And Terry is glad to be back and is excited about making candles and perfumes. That's awesome. Hi, Gina in Tampa. Deb, you're asking if there's a scent you can make to use on pets. Talk to your vet first. We do have a blog about using essential oils with pets, and I recommend checking that out. Some essential oils are safer to use with pets than others, and some pets are fine with a lot of essential oils, and some pets are more sensitive. So we've got a good blog post on that. Let me see if I can link it. So I got to bring you a little closer to me. And then I'm just going to grab that link for you. So the one for dogs popped up first for me. So I'll share that, and then let me find the one for cats. Here we go. That is helpful. All right, so let's go ahead and get started making candles with essential oils. So we're going to be making our candles with the Simply Earth recipe box. This is a box that you can subscribe to and get it delivered to your door every month, and it'll give you the key ingredients you need to make the month's topic. So August, we're making candles. September, we're making everyday essentials, or in other words, personal care products. You'll also get introduced into DIY perfume with that box. So excited about that. But today we are going to be looking at the box that you can get in August. It's only available for a few more days. It's going to be selling out soon. So if you want to make some DIY essential oil candles, subscribe today. simplyearth.com/box. So in every recipe box, I have some of my components over here. You get 4 full-size essential oils, and I love the oils in this one's box. You cannot go wrong with different ways of combining them and just using them in different combinations. So the blend we have is lava essential oil, which is a really tropical kind of smelling blend. It's our nod towards, there's a really famous scent called Volcano. This is our version of it using essential oils. It smells really good. It won't perfectly match the Volcano, but it does smell a lot like it. Next up, we have sweet orange essential oil, which is citrusy and uplifting. It's also safe for kids 2 and up, which is a plus. It also supports respiration, helps making breathing easy, and supports creativity. So if you've got a project that you've got going on or at work where you need to think through some things, put it in your diffuser. Will help uplift you and help creativity flow. Next up, we have one of my favorite scents. Here, let me back this up. Next up, we have one of my favorite scents for fall, and that is cassia essential oil. This is a cinnamon. It kind of smells like cinnamon, but it's sweeter. So I love this oil for doing any kind of fall scent. Combine it with anything, and it's like, boom, it smells like fall in here. It's a really great oil. It is a hot oil, Some people describe oils as being hot. That means if I were to get a little bit of this on my skin, it would cause my skin to get red and irritated and cause a burning sensation. This is a temporary sensation. It goes away. You can also wash it away with soap and water if that happens. It is safe to use, though, when diluted properly. Safe to use on the skin when diluted properly. You can use it in a diffuser, no problem. It won't be irritating in a diffuser unless you've got your diffuser. Let's pretend this is a diffuser and your face is right here and you're hanging out here for a long time. Just put your diffuser over there and you're good. But if it's diluted properly, like we always do in our recipes for you, then it is safe to use on the skin. Hey, Mary in Arkansas. And hello, Ms. Booker. I'm glad you guys were able to find me on YouTube, switching it up from Facebook. And we've got Pamela in New York. Awesome. All right, so our last essential oil in this month's box is lemon eucalyptus, which has like a sharp lemon scent, rather than lemon essential oil, which I would describe as being more of a sweet lemony scent. This oil is energizing if you smell it, uplifting. It reminds me of citronella, so it's like kind of a similar family of smells. And we're going to combine it with these oils to make some really interesting, wonderful aromas. So also in your box, along with these 4 oils, you get, we call them fun extras. You will be needing them to make your recipes. You get beeswax sheets. We're going to make some cool candles in this video with these sheets. You also get this DIY candle kit. In this bag, there is a wick and a wick sticker along with soy wax and a wick centering tool, which I will demonstrate how to use. And you will also get floating wicks. These are super fun. And I'll show you how to use these as well in this video. Also in your box, you get 6 different recipes. We'll be making 3 in this video, so there are 3 more. You can check those out on our YouTube channel. We share tutorials for every recipe, video tutorials. And you also get labels, including labels that can go on top of your essential oil bottles, which is very nice and handy. So that's especially nice if you keep your essential oils in a drawer. You can open it and see right away what it is. And then you get a sticker for each of your recipes, plus the badge sticker of what you earn with this box. So with this box, you will earn your candle making badge, because you're going to learn how to make candles using essential oils. This badge also ties in with our hero course. Subscribers to our recipe box gets free access to our hero course, and where you can learn more about making natural candles using essential oils. And let me see, there's a cool tool here. I'm going to do it. All right. So I'm going to create a poll here, and I want to see what oil you are most excited for in this month's box. So we've got lemon eucalyptus. Oh, hang on. Didn't do that right. What's your favorite oil in this month's box? And we'll do lemon, eucalyptus, lava, cassia, and orange sweet. All right, let's try that. Vote and see what oil you are most excited for in this month's box. And without further ado, let's make some candles. Okay, so I'm going to back you up so you can see my table. Oh, and Mary says this connection is so much better. Awesome. Yay. If you have seen my videos before, I've previously done them on Facebook, and we figured out the issue we were having with our internet connection, but it seems like this is just doing well. So that's great. All right, so we've got our essential oils. Let me just get a little organized. And let's start by making the candle with this kit. So that's our lemonade stand candle. For the lemonade stand candle, here's my recipe card. Kind of a classic Simply Earth thing that we have in our boxes that people love. We need our candle kit. We need our wick centering tool. And then not included in your box, you need a 1 ounce jar to hold your candle or anything similar. So if you have a votive candle holder at home, you can make it in there. Or if some people like to make these in those, there's a yogurt brand that does it in glass jars. People will make their candles in there as well. And then we are ready to go. So I've got my mini candle kit. We have a larger version of this available on our website, but I will tear that open and open it up. And inside this kit, you will find a little baggie. I'm just going to kind of carefully take it out so I don't spill my wax, with a wick and a candle sticker in it. So I'm going to pop open the bottom of this bag so it can stand up next to me. And now I'm going to put the sticker on the wick and put it in my jar. So on the sticker, there is backing on either side. I'm going to peel it away from one side, stick it to the base of my wick, like so. And then the other side, I'm going to peel off. And then I'm going to stick it into the center of my jar. Like so. All right, my next step is I'm going to melt this, and I brought my microwave over so it's behind me for 2 minutes. And then I'm going to check on it, and if it's not fully melted, I will keep going in 30-second intervals so that our wax doesn't get super hot. So my wick is here, my wax I'm about to melt, and then I'll answer some questions while this melts. You can also put your bag of wax in a bowl or something to keep it more stable or help protect if it tips over any spills like that. So got it in my microwave there, and it is melting. And Gina is mentioning the candle kit where you can get that comes with the jars. So I mentioned that at the start of the video. I will grab you a link right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to simplyearth.com. And my favorite way to find things on our website is if knowing what I'm looking for is to type in the name in the search bar. So if you type in candle kit, our Feels Like Home DIY candle kit will pop up. And it's a really beautiful kit. Now I will link it to you. There you go. Oh, I should have. Here, I'm going to share that again. Feels Like Home candle kit. Makes 2 candles. There we go. Now you know what that link is. All right. Oh, Terry. Okay, so Terry's asking, so in the box you get these beeswax sheets that I mentioned. But I failed to mention that the wick is in there. It's a string wick, so it's folded up there. So yes, it comes in there. There we go, and it did totally melt in that 2 minutes. Another person mentioned that it would be wonderful to have the jar in the box. I agree. However, that makes our box too heavy to ship. And so we would need to we would have to up the price of the box. So in order to keep it budget friendly, we kept the jar out of it, hoping that quite a few people would have a votive jar or something similar in their home they could use. But subscribers can get 10% off anything they add to their box and get free shipping when added to their box. So this 1 ounce jar, you can add it to your box and get 10% off. All right, so I've got my melted wax here, and now what I'm going to do is add the essential oils. So I'm going to be adding 8 drops of lemon eucalyptus. This is going to give us our lemon scent to this, our lemonade stand. And I think that was 8. If you're a little bit off, that's okay. In this candle, that's fine. All right, 2 drops of cassia. One, 2, oop. And there was 3, and that is okay. And then 5 drops of orange. And now I'm going to stir this. Gotta find my spoon. There we go. This will work. So give that a stir. You could also swirl it for like a minute or so. I'm gonna give it a stir. Make sure the essential oil is diluted throughout the wax. So give that a good stir, and then you can pour it into the wax. We've got a little mark here, pour from here, so do that. And there, oh, I'm sorry, here. I gotta back you up a little bit. You didn't get to see all that. All right, so I've poured my candle. It's up to the top with wax. And now I can put my wick centering tool to help make sure that the wick won't tip to either side as it cools. So this is gonna take a bit to cool. It'll first cool from the outside and then inside. So you might look at your candle and think, whew, it looks like it's ready to go. Give it a little extra time to make sure that it's cool all the way through the center of the candle. Otherwise, you could start burning your candle and the wax in the middle would be still liquid, and that can just, your candle won't burn as nicely if that happens. If the wax isn't totally set. So I'm going to slide this to the side, and we just made our first candle in like 2 minutes. So cruising it over carefully so I don't spill any wax. And then let's make our next candle. So the next candle we're going to make is with these beeswax sheets, which are super fun. There's no melting involved, which is kind of nice. And we get these pure beeswax sheets. You get 3 of them, and they've got a little paper in between to help separate them. And you can make this candle a few different ways. So one way is to make a little short squat candle by placing your wick here and then rolling the wax up around it so that you have a short squat candle. The other way, and I can show you all these different ways. The other way to do it is like this. So you have a long skinny candle. Beeswax sheets are really fun to work with because not only can you wrap it around this way, you can add another sheet of beeswax to make it a thicker candle. You can also cut your wax diagonally to make a twirly candle. So I'll show you the basic version here where we just wrap it around making a short squat candle. So this candle, to scent it, is kind of funny because we're not melting anything and we're not dealing with any liquid wax or liquid oil. So if you want to scent it, what we suggest is to add a few drops of cassia essential oil to a cotton ball or anything similar and brush it across the wax. So what I'm going to do is just add a few drops of cassia around the wax. And then be right back. Going to grab a paper towel to spread it. You could also use a Q-tip or something like that. And like I mentioned earlier, cassia essential oil can be irritating when it gets on the skin. So you want to be careful here not to get the essential oils directly on your skin. So I'm going to take my wick, place it here. I want to make sure I'm in frame. And I'm going to wear gloves to just double make sure that the essential oil doesn't get on my hands. I'm also going to trim my wick. And my scissors are missing. So you'll need a scissors to trim this wick. We give you one long wick that you can use with all 3 sheets of beeswax. So I'm going to quick grab my scissors while I get my gloves on. Here we go. Whoa. All right. So I'll trim this wick. I'm going to save the rest for my other candles. And then I'm going to wrap the wick around the wick. And it's quite warm where I'm at. I've got these lights on shining at me. If your home is cool, you might find that your wax starts to crack a little bit as you're rolling it. If that happens, warm it up with your hands, or if you've got a heat gun or a blow dryer, heat up the wax. And you can push those cracks back together, kind of heal them with the wax. Or heal the wax back together using the heat from your hands or blow dryer or anything like that. You want to roll it tightly so that there aren't gaps of air between the wick and the wax and between the layers of wax. So you'll end up with a little swirly like this, and then I'm going to push the wax onto the candle like so. And if you have any extra wick on the bottom, you can push that into the wax. You will need a candle holder for this to put your candle in. And you can kind of push it into your candle holder to secure it. And when I'll go ahead and light this one because it's all set, it's done, it's ready. You just light it like this. And you have a cute little candle that you can just make in a couple minutes. So with that one, I left the wick a little too long, so it just went out there. You want your wick to be 1/4 of an inch or so. There we go. And then it'll burn very nicely like this. Oh, you want to practice good candle safety, burn within sight, keep it away from pets and kids and gusts of air. Oh, isn't it cute? All right, so that's our short squat version. We can make a long version doing the same thing. So I've got my wax here, I've got my wick, and this time I'm doing the long way, and I can cut my extra wick off. And if I want, I can scent it with some cassia. It's going to be a very light scent of cassia. Candles made with essential oils don't smell as strongly as candles made with synthetic candle fragrances. So candle fragrances made in a lab for candles. We're using scented oils made by plants that were made to protect themselves from things like predators, attract pollinators, help keep them healthy, that kind of thing. I left this one. So again, you can do the same thing I did before with the cassia if you want. I think I'm just going to go ahead and roll this up. You do not have to do that. You can just roll it up as is without essential oils. Beeswax naturally has a sweet, smoky aroma to it. So it'll have that a little bit. Another nice thing about beeswax that's pretty cool is that candles made with beeswax, the light emitted from the candle is most similar to sunlight. So I really like that fun fact. So which is really nice, like in the winter when you're not able to get outside as much, at least around here, because our winters are cold. Or I grew up in West Michigan where it's just cloudy for days and days at a time from the clouds from Lake Michigan coming in. So here's our long, thin one. And again, I cut my wick just a little too long. I should trim that a bit more to make it be 1/4 of an inch. And I can do that, and you'll want to stick it in a candle holder. So I've got a short squat one. I've got this long, thin one with my third piece of beeswax. I can make another short squat one. I can make another tall, thin one. I could actually wrap this sheet around this candle to make it thicker. Another fun thing that I'll show you that you can do is cut it diagonally like this, corner to corner. I'm just eyeballing this. And we'll make a cute little twirly candle. So I'll trim the wick. And I'll take my wax and twirl it around the wick. I'm going to make sure the bottom stays level as I do this to create that twirly effect. So I'm rolling it a straight line along the bottom. Can you see that okay? And again, I want to twirl it nice and tight so that we don't get air pockets, so that it burns nice and smooth. And there you have it, a little twirly candle. Pretty cute, huh? The smaller the candle is, the faster it will burn. So if you want a longer burning candle, I suggest doubling up, wrapping up your wax around one of the candles you made again a second time so that you end up with a thicker candle. because these will burn quite quickly. So there we go, our last candle, another little twirly one. Like so. I've also seen people make this method of candle. They'll cut out different shapes of beeswax and then like stick it on the outside of their candles to decorate it. That's another thing you could try. Get really creative with. Like so. All right, so we made our lemonade stand candle with the soy wax kit, and that is still very liquid here. And then we just made 4 little beeswax candles. And now we're going to make a floating candle using our floating wicks. So I've already got, this is a vase. You'll want a jar, something glass that can handle a little bit of heat. I'm going to be filling this with water, which will help dissipate the heat. And I've also got some decorative beads at the bottom to make it pretty. You could put whatever you wanted in here. Be careful of floating things. You don't want anything to come in contact with the flame that's going to be up top here. I see some people wanting to use like flowers. Both fake and fresh flowers will float. So there's something called a flower frog that you can get at floral shops. And it's basically this weighted piece that has spiky ends that you can stick your flowers in and then put it in. It's how florists do water type art flowers, flower decor. So if you want to do this with flowers, think about that, or another way to weight it down so it doesn't float to the surface. You could also do it like surprise a grandkid or a child by putting a little fun toy in there. Like my girls love unicorns. So I could put a little unicorn there, and I can just imagine my daughter spending a lot of time looking and thinking about that unicorn in there, creating a little story for it. So that's another idea. So let me get out my recipe card. This is called a Volcano Floating Candle. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wicks. Let me just clean up my space a little bit. There we go. There's the 4th oil. Okay. So you've got this little package of floating wicks that you can open up. And inside here, you will get 3 little wicks like this, plus their floating component. And in the tin foil, you'll be able to see a little, that's hard to tell on there, but there's a little divot in the middle. I'm going to poke my wick through that little divot. It's like a pre-punched hole. So that 1/3 of the wick goes through the top of the wick and 2/3 is beneath it. And you can do that with each of your wicks. Over time, the top of your wick will get burnt out. And when that happens, you'll be able to push more of the wick through this little floating disc until the candle's totally burnt out. You can also replace the wick in here with more wicks and keep using this little floating component. So you assemble your wicks like this. You get a jar or a vase. You'll want it to have a wide mouth like this. Some jars have a narrow neck. So example, this perfume bottle, it gets more narrow at the top. You don't want to use a jar like that because if the flame is floating beneath that neck, it can weaken the glass there. So you'll want to use a wide mouth where the flame won't get trapped under anything. And I'm going to fill this with water. Just regular tap water works great for this. like so. And then in a small separate bowl, I have a bug bite on my hand that's itching me. I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and you can really use any carrier oil. So here's coconut oil. You can also use vegetable oil or olive oil, like a cooking oil you have at your house. That's fine too. Oh, I did that wrong. That's okay. There's a little bit of oil in there, but it's fine. It's just going to float to the surface. I want to do it in a separate one because this is where I'm going to mix in my essential oils. All right, so 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, and then I'm going to add 15 drops of lava essential oil blend. Lava naturally has this bright, beautiful, orangey, kind of yellowy color, so it's going to tint my oil that color. I'm going to swirl it, make sure the essential oils are mixed in really well. And then I'm going to pour it onto my candle like so. I'll let it float to the surface. It's kind of like a lava lamp. It's pretty fun. And you'll see a thin layer of oil over the water. If you're working with a bigger, wider jar, you'll want to add more oil to it, and that's fine because as long as there's oil in this jar, this candle is going to burn unless it gets blown out or you blow it out. You want to put your wick in tin side up, and then you can light your candle. And I'm just going to use 1 wick in here. If you're using a really wide candle, you could do all 3 at once and they'll just kind of float around in there like so. So this will continue to burn as long as I have oil in here. Eventually so this works by the oil going up the wick, and that's what's burning. Once the oil runs out, this candle will go out. You can also blow it out like so. This is kind of another reason this kind of candle is nice is that if it tips over, the water from this candle is going to suffocate the flame. And behold, my husband. Gonna go get our kids. Also known as Boss Man around here. All right, let's see. Oops. So, favorite oil in this month's box? Oh, I'm surprised none of you voted for cassia. I put a poll up here earlier, and lava won. Very cool. Deb is asking, how long will that candle burn? I think this is the beeswax candles. Okay. I did time it once. I don't quite remember what it was. It was under an hour. And it will depend on how well you roll it. So going back to these beeswax candles, the tighter this roll is, the better it's going to burn. If you do some loose air pockets in there, it'll burn up more quickly because it'll just have some air to go through. So they do burn quite quickly because these are small sheets of beeswax. You can add them together to make a longer burning candle. And Susan mentions that she can imagine this being on a unicorn cake. I love that. It does kind of resemble a unicorn swirly horn. Oh, and Deb mentions on this lovely candle that shells would look nice on the bottom. I agree. That's another fun thing you can do. Sometimes you go to the beach and collect shells, and then they're so lovely, but you're not sure what to do with them. This is a fun project you could use to feature some of those shells. Oh, and Yes, so Deb was asking about how long this would burn. It's under an hour because it is quite small. I think it's going to be around 40 minutes. So burn it with insight, enjoy it. When you're ready to do something else, blow it out. This candle will burn as long as you keep adding oil to it. It will burn and burn and burn, or until you blow it out. This soy wax candle, which isn't quite set, how long will this one burn? This one will take over an hour, but I'm not sure how long. Because it's still quite a small candle, but it's a soy wax candle, which burns more slowly than a beeswax sheet candle. Hello, Darlene. Welcome. All right, guys. So that is a look at the August recipe box, making some candles with essential oils, a nice way to naturally scent candles. Couple of reminders. Don't forget about our VIP group for our perfume kit coming out. You can get $5 off your kit when you join that group. On launch day, we'll send you an email with a discount code, is how that works. Let me see if I have an easy to grab link for that. I do. All right. So I will quick share a link for that. Perfume VIP group. Boom. And that's it for this video. Next Thursday, I will be live in our Facebook group. I wonder if I can do it here. I bet I could do it on YouTube again. This is working really well. But I'll do a special one that you can get a link for through our Facebook group, because it's a special reveal of the recipe box that we do for subscribers. I will be doing that next week, Thursday at 2:00 Central. So same exact time as this video. And it's going to be another good time. We'll be talking about the September box, which has all kinds of fun things coming. I will also be doing a video like this for the September box. So the middle of September, you can expect a very similar video from me making recipes from the September box. So personal care products like perfume, like deodorant, like body butter. And I've got this itchy bug bite, and one of the recipes on there is going to be really nice for it. So stay tuned for that. And I will see you then. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. It means a lot to have you here.